Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Little Squid League. We are getting into semifinals here. I'm Nox. I'm joined here by...
I'm Silver, and we'll be commentating over Team Biscuits versus Hot Cocoa.
Yeah, very fun team names here. Gonna have a little snack coming towards the end of the tournament here. And we're gonna be starting off on Inkblot Art Academy zones.
This map, it's probably pretty famous at this point. I don't think we really need to dwell too much on it. It's pretty popular, pretty well known. It's probably been played a few times already this tournament.
Probably just a couple. It's not everyone's favorite map mode to counterpick half the for sure.
I mean, it's like a 50-50 between this and like some sort of Mako map.
Yeah. Actually, it's typically this map for TC and Mako for zones. That is true.
That's true, yeah. It's a little bit backwards.
It does mean that we won't be seeing Inkblot Art Academy too quickly again during counterpicks here, though, which is nice.
Yeah, because there's probably a rule against that. I know.
There are some counterpick rules in place here. I definitely know that you cannot pick the last map mode you won on.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's, pretty standard. Nothing too wild there. Any weapons that you'd like to see coming out here on Inkblot Art Academy?
On Inkblot, maybe like a blaster or something would be kind of interesting. Blasters are pretty helpful because you can like sit in there like the enemy's plat, and you just shoot them onto their plat, and you just have a fun time. You have a blaster.
Yeah,
blaster time.
Definitely a blast of a time with Blaster on Inkblot Art Academy.
Yeah. I agree.
Oh, we're seeing a pencil. Not a weapon we see a ton of. Has Sprinkler and Tacticooler. Definitely a really solid weapon right now. That with the Rapid Blaster is really neat to see. Definitely not the most standard way of having Tacticooler and Inkjet in your comp, but always nice to have them there. And we are seeing another Tacticooler coming out on the other side, along with double trip strikes from Hot Cocoa there.
Yeah, maybe if they pop them at the same time, maybe you can cap the entire zone at once. Definitely seems like a possibility.
Yeah.
I've already seen this crap come out and getting pressure onto that charger, but fortunately ending before they could get any real damage onto the enemy team. But already a pick on the side of Team Biscuits and popping that cooler just to try to survive this Inkjet.
Yeah, Inkjet able to find another there, able to put a lot of pressure on this plat, forcing the charger to go all the way back into that sniper cubby. And Pencil just instantly going for him. I respect the tenacity there from the Pencil trying to get that splat charger. Definitely not the most advantageous matchup for them, but definitely something you can always try to find a sneaky pick on.
Yeah, and it looks like we're seeing the crab set up on top mid, pretty standard positioning for it, and getting a lot of damage onto this charger and getting the pick already. And Slash, I guess, getting to sneak away and getting the fighting. Now 3 down on Hot Cocoa. Maybe 4. Yeah, 4 down.
Yep. Really good job there from the Splash. Team Biscuits is in a great position here. They have a lot of pressure. One of them did go down, and it was one of their main painters, but admittedly the Rapid and the Pencil can just kind of poke things out of mid for long enough that you don't need to worry about paint. And there we go. We see game 1 of semifinals going to Team Biscuits.
Yeah, Hot Cocoa tried to get the flank on from the right side, but just not getting enough paint onto his own pass enough.
Yeah, hard to get that flank off, especially when there's, a Rapid that can easily watch that area and a Pencil kind of just keeping an eye on it when they know that both of their, more shooter, Slayer-type players are going to be up on that plat.
Definitely, yeah. Being able to look to the sides because you have 2 teammates forward is always a comforting feeling.
Definitely, always really nice to be able to have that security to make those choices. Hot Cocoa definitely needs to figure out a way to break in against that Pencil and Rapid Blaster combo, so they might want to try and figure out a map where that might not work as well on. Do you have any ideas of what that might be?
Maybe a map where straight lines are less an issue. Maybe something like what's the curvy map you like? I forget.
Humpback? Oh, you're talking about Humpback.
Yeah, Humpback.
In the game, a common and normal opinion of me.
Yeah, maybe Humpback. Maybe something like, I don't know if zones would be the answer, because I feel like you still have the issue of the Rapid and a Slayer kind of just looking forward, and I don't really have much to answer to that.
Maybe some Clam Blitz. That could work out pretty well for him, maybe?
Yeah, slowing down their pushes and hopefully giving you more time and I don't know about
You
this
see-
pick.
Well, if their Charger player is really confident in E-leader here and hits their shots, the key of a Charger player, if they hit their shots, definitely can be a very oppressive force, can do a lot to keep that pencil under control. If they're able to hit their shots well enough, they'll be able to keep the Rapid out of the way and get rid of the Inkjet. Like, I could see an E-leader pick doing really well here for him. Definitely one of the best E-leader maps in the game.
Yeah, I could see that. Having your E-leader being able to shoot across the entirety of mid is always an interesting idea.
You know, they really just can reach it. If you think they can't, yes, they can on Museum. They can't do it on Humpback. There are walls there. It's great.
They might be able to shoot across from window to window.
They can do that. I have done that before. Yeah.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be surprised if you could do that.
Yeah, you can definitely do that one. I cannot deny that. Humpback has many crimes as a map. I love it though. And we're going to be getting into it here on Museum for game 2 of semifinals. We're seeing the same we're seeing a slight change up actually coming out of Biscuits here. Coming out of Team Biscuits. We are going to see that Slosher coming out, cutting down their paint a little bit, but it's not zones. You don't quite need as much. We are going to see a 52 gal and Rapid coming in. We do see the 52 gal already down. The Rapid almost getting pinched, but managing to get out of there with, well, not get out of there, but get the Slosher and trade out another. Both teams kind of in a 2-down situation. Charger here holding this area, taking advantage of that splash wall to keep that Rapid off of them for a second.
Yeah, just not the other Team Biscuits just not really peeking out to let that Charger get a free kill and just working out for them, and now the Charger's still back up and I think someone flanked there and but they just got pinched and could not do anything. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was a really good pinch out of Team Biscuits there, and now they're just able to move up almost for free. Gonna be able to get that in. Is the Splatter Shot gonna be able to back up? No, not quite. And it is just the Pencil and Slosher up. Pencil choosing to make a good choice there and jump out, managing to stay alive. Gonna have that Tacticooler probably ready for when Hot Cocoa tries to push in, allowing them to take a few more risks on that.
Yeah, it's already up, and Pencil's smartly jumping out and not before getting a few climbs in though, and now they just gotta play a little bit of defense and hopefully get a counter push ready. Some specials and don't keep the Inkjet, please.
Sometimes you keep the Inkjet as a treat. Sometimes you need a little Inkjet. Especially when you're just out here trying to survive some torp spam after the Inkjet ends. Able to find one, not with the Zuka though. They are trying to put some pressure on this Charger here. Gonna be able to, but the Rapid manages to sneak in behind and get one in, taking the lead. They do have to back up now. They don't have any follow-up for that, but that is a lead switch. It is going to give Team Biscuits a power clam, but they were going to be in a pretty advantageous position anyway. So, like, switching the lead, getting a few more points on the board never hurts. And we are seeing the Charger manage to get a couple picks in mid here, as we're seeing the Rapid setting up on this right side, looking to try and probably find an angle to pressure that Pencil. As the Charger has that wall set up in mid, the Whale's out. They should be able to start getting a push together here.
Never mind.
You know,
quite unlucky.
Quite unlucky. We're seeing the Slosher managing to clean up the last member there. Pity Clam, Power Clam dies, and we are seeing a bunch of specials online here, but the Charger managing to take them out before they can fully use it. And I don't know that they've managed to actually activate the cooler yet for the Slosher. Yeah, they hadn't.
Nope. But yeah, now we're just seeing. Oh, I guess they're not getting pushed into the corner. Okay, that works, I guess.
Pencil just going, I can hit that, and being completely right in that moment. It's not often that you see a Pencil confidently challenge a Splat Charger like that. Not necessarily the most advantageous position for them to be in, usually, due to the 2-shot versus 1-shot issue. But we're just seeing Hot Cocoa really doing what they can to break back in here, looking to get these specials online. They have a couple power clams. They have some specials to work with. There are 2 down on the side of Team Biscuits, but everyone's on respawn. Probably pretty close to specials, too, since there was that tactical cooler involved.
You gonna jump in?
That is unfortunate.
There would have been a lead switch there. Not by much,
it could have been a...
Yeah.
No, they had another power clam ready, too, if they'd managed to get both in. But we're seeing the Slosher here setting up under this ledge. Definitely a place to watch out for. This is a map where if you can have weapons that play around ledges, you can have a good time with them. We're seeing a jump out coming out of the splash. They're probably looking to get that crab out in a better position since they do have it online.
Yeah, and now having the killer whale online too, possibly try to combo these specials together, but the strikes getting them in mid and the slosher just pushing up with this with coolers, so even if they go down, it's not that big of a deal. Well, they're getting a jump out, so pretty smart by them.
Yeah, that was a very solid jump out, especially remembering that Tacticooler gives you those even faster jumps. The Splash managing to get the trade there is good, but they don't quite have the resources they need to get a push going, and it seems like Team Biscuits does, which is not what you want to see when Team Biscuits has the lead if you're Hot Cocoa.
Yeah. Rapid getting a very nice direct, but honestly, those trades are not really what you want to see when your lead is so close. Just a power and 2 clamps is just a win, and getting a pick already.
Taking out that pencil is absolutely huge. Power goes in, but there is just the Rapid left off. Where is the Rapid gonna try and break in for? Not gonna be able to, though. And it's gonna be the second game also going to Team Biscuits. Team Biscuits having to put up a lot this time around, though.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like they actually do have power, so...
Oh, I had thought that we were in overtime. That is my bad. I didn't know I had thought that. I was fully confident that we were in overtime. I had counted wrong in my brain.
But, I mean, seeing 2 people go down and this charger's getting pushed, it's not...
They might have somebody flanking in through right side, but I don't think they'll be able to break in.
I don't see it.
They don't have time right now really to work with. They're able to get one player up on plat. Not going to be able to do much with that though. And Team Biscuit manages to get onto their plat since they're having to focus all their effort forward. And that is game 2 going to Team Biscuits. Hot Cocoa still has a chance in this, but they do need to reverse sweep at this point.
Yeah, and with counter picks, that's very, very hard to do because you're gonna have to win on your opponent's counter picks twice in a row to be able to do that.
Although we might see Team Biscuits try and do it here. It seems like they've been pretty comfortable on Hot Cocoa's one counter pick so far.
I mean, I wouldn't say they were that comfortable. That match was still pretty close. I mean, just 2 clans and
yeah,
that was a lead switch, and then just having to defend. Who knows what would have happened?
It was a very back and forth game. Absolutely. Definitely a lot that can go. Definitely both teams could easily take this and move on to finals here. Always exciting to see games that are so close. And we're going to be going on to TC Sturgeon Shipyard, a very common map mode. We've seen it for years. Really just having a great time with these. Well, a museum is technically an old map, but it's not the same as S1.
It's older.
But yeah, Sturgeon, always a great map for slosher type weapons. Lots of fun ledges to play around. Definitely a map where you need to make sure to prioritize mobility at least a bit. But I do expect that we'll probably see both of those chargers coming back out.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see that. Like being able to hold like your spinner and your sniper area is very strong, and getting a charger up there makes it pretty hard for any team to push you out.
Yeah, and especially when and both of those chargers have solid specials that help their team out a lot. Tacticooler, of course, being Tacticooler, take some risks, don't get punished as hard for it. You still need to be careful when you have it. You don't want to overextend still. But if you do go down and you know your anchor's still up and you know you have a safe jump in, it's definitely got less consequences to it. And of course, triple strikes on tower control can just essentially be GG. That's rough.
Yeah, definitely. Not much that can stand on tower when that's happening. I don't think anything, actually.
And we see a Jet Squelcher coming out here. Not a weapon that it's a weapon we've been seeing way more of lately, but not a weapon we've seen throughout S3 so far. Vacuum, definitely a special that's on the rise. Really good at helping you break through those checkpoints, especially since neither team is running a Splatoon of any form, so the Vacuum kind of gets far less challenged than it usually would.
And speaking about things that can sit in tri-strikes, if you're in Inkback, you can sit and try strikes, so
that's a treat.
We might see that at the end of the game.
Tri-strikes will still paint the ground, but my god, you'll be alive for some reason.
Yeah, I don't really understand that, but they were cooking when they designed Inkback.
Yeah. We do see Back coming out of that checkpoint there. Love to see that. Able to get a lot of pressure off. Trying to find a pick on that Rapid Blaster. Going to be able to try and pinch them. Not going to quite... going to be able to take them out, actually. Try getting that trade. That's a great trade for the Tri-Slosher to get Pencil. Trying to find the pick on the Charger, but we're once again seeing the 2-shot versus 1-shot dilemma there. First time we've really... Oh, well... I was losing my mind for a second. They don't have a Charger. That is a Jet Squelcher. The Jet Squelcher does struggle more in that matchup.
Yep, a little bit.
Especially when you have like a partner with you to also shoot the Jet Squelcher.
Yes.
Or the... Yeah, that's what happened.
We are seeing the pencil having to back up a bit here as we swap back into mid, seeing the Tri-Slosher attempting to get a pick on that splatter shot. Not going to quite be able to, though, because of that suck. Trying to find a pick. Not going to be able to quite yet as we see 2 down again on the side of Hot Cocoa. And we're seeing Team Biscuits really wanting to move up here and secure their spot in finals.
Yeah. We're seeing just Tri-Slosher just fighting for their life. Oh, getting 2, but getting traded off by the shot. And yeah, the jump in being so cooler.
Yeah. Cooler jump-ins are always very useful to have, but we do see that trip strike coming out. And once again, they don't have back. They can't just stand there through them, but they do clear that checkpoint and get a 3-down situation. They're almost assuredly going to take lead here, especially with this Tacticooler coming out, going to get their teammates back up really fast. This could easily be a KO situation.
Yeah, definitely. And one person trying to flank off, getting traded though, not the best, and just a splash, not really the weapon you want to rely on to get a 1v4.
The Tri-Slosher has it for, oh, no, there's a Zuka shot.
Okay.
Tri-Slosher admittedly cannot drop the tower if they are hit by a Zuka for some reason. They are not immune to Inkzuka for some reason. Can't imagine why. There would be no problems with that, for sure.
Yeah.
But that is Team Biscuits securing their spot into finals there with a 3-0 in semis.
Yeah.
And a fist bump.
Surely the other team has decided they'll be playing against Dead Sandwich Revival. Apparently.
Yeah, we did just see Dead Sandwich Revival on with the last set before this. Definitely a fun team. They had some close games there against Jocephalopod Joestars. A normal name to say.
I kind of like it. I think they're
It is fun. I like it. Yeah, I just had to remember how to say it.